Mr. Chairman. I think there have been some great points made here by my colleagues and, of course, the panel. Clearly we want responsible data privacy protection as AI moves forward, but it's also critical that we maintain a competitive edge, if you will, in acquiring and developing this technology in America. AI has obvious major applications in defense, national security systems. In the global economy, we're presented with the challenge of preserving free markets while simultaneously protecting trade secrets, individual privacy, and, of course, critical technology. Recently, the Commerce Department issued rules that require U.S. chip makers to obtain a license in order to export AI chips. I believe this is on the right track. Protecting the United States from global adversaries is a bipartisan, non-negotiable issue. China's been using AI in its national strategy for years. As early as 2017, China announced a national AI strategy that describes a new focus of international competition in AI, and that was 2017, 6 years ago. This begs the question of what incentives should we be considering to ensure that our companies won't sell products to China in a manner that deteriorates our not only our competitive advantage, but our national security. I have a July article in CSIS which reads, "The reality of Chinese military purchases is not up for debate." It was openly published in unclassified Chinese military procurement contracts. Followed just between April and November of 2020, they followed over 21,000 such contracts that all specified specifically American chips had to be used in the contract. Not one single contract specified purchasing Chinese chips. So, corporate profits in America, shareholder earnings, are a clear motivation for U.S.-based AI chip manufacturers to export AI technology, even to communist China. But we need corporate America's cooperation on this, and it's an extremely dangerous area. Mr. Leibowitz, I know you have a lot of experience at the FTC. Do you think these export controls, current as they exist, are they going far enough, or should they be tweaked?
Well, I'm no expert on export controls, but I do agree with everything you've said. And it makes sense to keep exploring this approach. I would say also that when it comes to sort of leadership on protecting consumer privacy and ensuring the proper guardrails on AI, it would be much better if our companies didn't go looking to Brussels for rules, but came to the United States, and we set our own rules that are helpful to American corporations.
Okay, we look to you for ideas on these things, at all of our panel members. On another note, the Bank of America noted that their prediction, by 2030, AI will be driving $16 trillion with a T dollars worth of economic activity annually. That just impacts every sector. That's a vast opportunity for our domestic markets, but we do want to proceed intelligently. The sheer size of the big tech companies often give them an advantage. You alluded to that earlier, Mr. Leibowitz. Do you, with all your experience there, do you think that that's the large U.S. corporations, that they have an undue advantage in the market?
I think large corporations sometimes do have an undue advantage in the market, and sometimes, and we looked at this at the FTC, Congress has looked at this, do create sort of barriers to entry for small and medium-sized companies that could be their competitors. I do think when you have a well-intentioned but not well-executed law, like, for example, the GDPR, you exacerbate those problems. And so one of the things that I think is very positive about the legislation that came out of this committee last year is you strike a proper balance between making sure that consumers are protected and also making sure that there can be compliance with those laws by companies.
Mr.
Well,
Dunn,
I
if
thank you very much for those comments, and I do hope that you'll help us keep our balance. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you.